talk to you about indoor grilling and my new favorite indoor grill. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the BBQ Tips Podcast. I'm your host, Christie Vanover. I'm a champion pitmaster, a cookbook author, the girl behind one of America's top barbecue websites, girlscangrill.com, and I was a contestant on Food Network's Barbecue Brawl. I'm here to bring you some quick barbecue tips to help you up your barbecue game. Before I get started in this week's podcast, my heart goes out to everybody in Southern California right now that is affected by these fires. I've been glued to the news because I've got so many friends and family in California, and it's just tragic. It's going to get worse over the next couple days. Hopefully those winds will die down soon, but again, my hearts, my prayers all go out to you guys. Also, I'm thinking of everybody who's in the path of that winter storm Cora. That's pretty intense as well. The weather across the country is just insane overall. So if you do need assistance, obviously American Red Cross is there, but look out to Operation Barbecue Relief as well. That's a great organization. I'm sure they are already mobilized in multiple locations serving at barbecue to help those who just need a nice warm meal to kind of help them through everything else that's going on. Because it's winter, I know a lot of you might not be thinking about grilling and barbecuing and going outside, especially if it's 20 degrees outside. That's why for today's podcast, I'm going to talk to you about indoor grilling and my new favorite indoor grill. I know some of you might be thinking, indoor grilling? Come on, Christy, give me a break. That's not real grilling. Get on out there with the charcoal and the fire. Well, you guys know me. You know I love live fire grilling. You know I love grilling over charcoal, but I just love grilling in general. So if there's a way to grill when it's negative 20 degrees outside, or it's snowing, or it's sleeting, I'm going to talk to you guys about it. And that's why today I'm going to talk to you about the Ninja Sizzle. So when you think of indoor grills, you might think of a couple things. Either the Ninja Foodie, which is an indoor grill, plus it's a baker and a roaster and an air fryer and has all of these things. Or you might be thinking about the George Foreman grill, the old-fashioned kind of panini press style where you put your meat in and you sandwich it in there and smush it and get your fast grill marks on both sides. I'm going to explain why I like the Ninja Sizzle better than both of those grills. When it comes to Ninja grills, they always have like 7 features, which is awesome. Like I've got the Ninja Wood Fire outside, I've got the Ninja Foodie inside as well. But sometimes you just need something that just grills or just griddles, and that's what the Ninja Sizzle is. So it is a 2-in-1 instead of like a 7-in-1. I'm going to give you a quick tour of it, and then I'm going to explain how you can cook on it, how it works, how to clean it, the whole 411. All right, so this right here is the Ninja Sizzle. There are no bells and whistles to it. It's just basic, turn it on, set the temp. Let's take a look inside. When you open up the lid, you will see that it's got electric burners down here, kind of the coils like the old-fashioned stoves. When you turn the dial on, it's going to turn these burners on, and it's just like a stove, like, low, medium, high, although it does give you temperature settings. It's not digital, it's analog, but you'll see the settings are like every 25-degree intervals. Now, to cook on this, you have 2 options. It comes with a griddle plate. You just set that right in there, and then you can use it as a flat top griddle, or you can pop it out and change it with the grill plate. Now, obviously, if you guys are listening to this on the podcast and not watching on YouTube, I'm sorry you're not going to be able to see all of this, so I will try to describe it as best I can. But this right here is the grill plate. The main difference between the griddle plate and the grill plate is that the griddle plate is a flat top surface. It's just nonstick and it's totally flat with the grease trap, which I'll talk about in a minute. The grill plate, on the other hand, has the grooves. It's not open like a regular grill where it's like a wire grill grate, because otherwise the food would fall on that electric burner. Instead, it's just kind of got ripples in there. But because it's got the grooves, when you put a steak on it or a piece of chicken on it, you're going to get those grill marks because it's not a flat, even surface. You're getting that grill surface. As I mentioned, these are nonstick, and I'm really impressed with the nonstick ability. I think over time it may wear, because nonstick just does that, but to start things off, I've probably cooked like 10 meals on it, and it cleans and stays nonstick really well. With each of them, they have their own built-in kind of grease trap towards the front. It's probably an inch wide, maybe an inch deep, and as you cook this, the grease will flow into that grease trap. There's no grease trap under the grill, behind the grill, any of that. It's all self-contained, which I like. The walls of the plates are also about an inch tall, which is also good because that helps reduce splatters, so things aren't like flying out on the sides of your counter. I found that works pretty well. And then the lid is perforated, it's not solid. So when you cook, you can either cook with it open or you can cook with it closed, and cooking with it closed still allows air and steam to escape, which makes this a good grill, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Other features on this, it has a cord. The cord's not super long, but you're just using this for in your kitchen on your countertop. It is an indoor grill only. It specifies that. I would say this is probably like 3 feet long. And there's a place on the back where you can wrap it around and then just tuck the cord in, and it makes it super portable. It's almost like a little briefcase. So you can slide this into your cabinet, just set it on the side in your cabinet, no problem. And it's not going to take up that much room. It also doesn't take up that much room on your counter. And while it is compact, it still holds plenty of food for me. So inside here, the plates are 14 inches wide by 9 inches deep, and that doesn't include the 1 inch grease tray. That's the full surface of the grill or the griddle itself. So on that, I can easily fit 2 to 3 ribeyes. I can fit 4 to 6 chicken breasts, 4 to 6 burgers. It holds plenty of food for just me and my husband. Honestly, even if you had 1 or 2 kids, it's still going to hold plenty of food. And you don't have to grill the same things at once. If you want to do a steak on one side and a chicken breast on the other side, you can totally do that. The other thing that the Ninja Sizzle comes with is a quick start guide. And this is super helpful. It just tells you basically how the grill works. Obviously, it's going to come with its manual as well. But the quick start guide includes 10 recipes. It includes some charts that tell you what temperature to set your grill at. And then in the very beginning, it also talks about grill settings and prepping your grill. When you cook on the Ninja Sizzle, it does get hot, so you're going to want to use a high heat oil if you use oil at all. Honestly, with this nonstick surface, so far I haven't really needed to use oil. I might put a little oil on my meat, but there's no need to put oil on the grill itself. But if you are putting oil on your meat, I recommend a high heat oil like a canola oil or an avocado oil. Try not to use an olive oil or butter because that's just going to burn. That's more of a lower heat type of a fat, so go with the high heats. Also, when you set your temperature, this is one thing that's really cool that I like about this. There are temperature guides in this quick start guide, but if you misplace that or you don't have it anywhere near you, the very front of the grill has some icons of food pictures like steak and burgers and chicken, and it tells you the temperature right there. So if you're going to be cooking up chicken, you don't have to go run and find this book. Just look for the chicken icon on the front here and then go ahead and set your dial. So as far as turning this on, like I said, it's super easy. You plug it in, you turn the dial. I don't have it plugged in right now, but there would be a red light that would shine on here to tell you that it's actually working and that it's actually turned on. Per the manual, it says to let it preheat for 7 minutes. I will say the only thing that I wish this had is something that told me that 7 minutes was up, like a timer or a ding or some kind of notification. So instead, just set the timer on your microwave or on your phone. Or honestly, if you preheat it for longer than 7 minutes, that's not going to matter. Just don't forget that it's on. But go ahead and preheat it and then get all your food prepped. 7 minutes will fly by, and then you can go ahead and add your food to the grill. When it comes to cooking on the Ninja Sizzle, I have found that I do get pretty even cooking because of the way that the coils are kind of covering the whole surface under the griddle or grill plates. It's pretty much edge to edge heat. I didn't notice any hot spots or any cool spots when I put my food on the grill. I will say the only thing that I observed is when I cooked pancakes, the temperature on the front here says to put it at 400. I use the griddle plate. I put my pancakes on there. Usually I wait for my pancakes to bubble on top and then I flip them because I know then they're ready. In this situation, I was waiting for the bubbles to happen and they didn't, and I peeked underneath and it was already starting to burn. So I found 400 degrees to be a little bit too hot for pancakes. I reduced that heat to 350 and then they were perfect, fluffy, beautiful. My pancake recipe, by the way, is in my cookbook, Holiday Grilling. So if you go to Amazon, you can download that cookbook. Basically, it's pancake mix with water and Sprite. And the Sprite makes all the difference because it makes those pancakes super, super fluffy. Let's talk about this grill lid because I think this is one of the coolest features about this. So when you're cooking with a George Foreman grill, the problem with that is that it squishes the meat. It flattens it down. It pushes out some of the juices. It also creates steam because you've got a hot plate on the top and the bottom. And then all you're doing is releasing these juices and they're just steaming into your meat. Well, when you're grilling, you're not really steaming food. It's more of a dry heat. It's a hot, intense, dry heat, not a heat like a roasting or something like that that's going to be more moist. So with the Ninja Sizzle, because it has a perforated lid, it's letting that steam and that moisture and that air escape. So you're getting that similar experience as you would on an outdoor grill. So I like that. I also like that you can leave this open if you want to just do open grilling. or open griddling, that's no problem. You can do that. But when you close it, it actually helps your meat cook just a little bit faster. Because this is metal, it's going to radiate some of that heat. But again, the moisture and the steam is going to escape. Not so much that your food is dry, that's why it's perforated, some of it will stay in there, but the excess that's going to make your food soggy or not going to give you sear marks, that's what's going to be escaping from it. So I really like this function. All right, let's talk about cleaning, because one of the things I love about grilling is that there's hardly ever any dishes. I mean, there's usually a pan that I put my meat on, and then my grill grates, and the grill grates, you just crank that baby up and then scrape them with a grill brush and your grill's clean, so you don't hardly have any dishes. With any indoor grill, you're going to have to wash your grill grates, but this one's actually really easy to clean. So what I do is after my meat comes off the grill, I take a damp paper towel and a pair of tongs, and I just run that damp paper towel from the back of the grill to the front of the grill into that grease tray. So that way anything that's built up and stuck on there is going to be loosened by the moisture in that paper towel, and it's going to push it, out. So it reduces like the stickiness. And then once it's fully cool and turned off and fully cool, then I just go ahead and take it in the sink and wash it with soap and water and a sponge, and it just wipes right off because of this nonstick surface. But I have found that wiping it first while it's hot with a damp paper towel definitely helps. With the griddle plate, what I like to do is after I'm done cooking, I take just a plastic pancake turner, like a spatula, and then I just rub that across the nonstick surface. You don't want to use a metal scraper because you don't want that nonstick surface to scratch. So just use a plastic turner and then push all that excess food or anything that's built up on there towards that grease tray, and it's going to go in there, and then it cools, and then again, you just wash it in the sink with soap and water. As far as the perforated lid, that's super easy to clean too. I just lift this, wipe it with a damp paper towel, wipe the top with a damp paper towel. But if you find that it needs a real serious scrubbing, you just lift the lid and then pull it off, and it's fully detachable, and this is actually dishwasher safe, so you could wash it in the sink or you could throw it in the dishwasher if you get like lots of buildup on here. Then when it comes time to put it back on, you just put the little hinge in the back and close it up. Super simple. The Ninja Sizzle is definitely my favorite grill for indoor grilling. I love that it's compact. It's small enough to fit in a cupboard. It doesn't take up a lot of counter space. I can also pack it in my RV. I love that it's interchangeable with the griddle plate and the grill plate. I wish that I could store them together on the counter. It is separate, so that's a little bit clunky, but otherwise I love the versatility of it. I love that it's just like turn it on and it's good to go. It's not complicated. There's not a lot of bells and whistles. It's just good high heat, and it doesn't steam your food. It doesn't smush your food, so you're going to get a good cook out of it. The other thing that's not too bad is the price. I know some Ninja grills can be $200, $300, $400. This one is about $140. I think at Christmas time I got it for around $90 something. So look for it to be on sale every now and then. But again, if you're looking to grill, but it's winter and it's cold and you want an alternative, definitely check out this Ninja Sizzle. If you want really easy winter grilling, definitely get yourself a set of my rubs. The other day I made a steak and I chose to use the griddle grate because I wanted to have a nice sear on it instead of grill marks. So I put a little bit of avocado oil on my ribeye, sprinkled it with my brisket rub, seared it up. It was delicious. Perfect crust, nice, moist, juicy inside, medium rare. Then I also did some chicken nuggets. I just took chicken breast, cut that into cubes, tossed it around with a little bit of oil, and then sprinkled on my chicken rub. Cooked those on the grill plate, just kind of gave them a little bit of toss and turn until they were 165 internal. Took them out, and then I tossed them in a little bit more rub. Fantastic. I've done pancakes, I've done bacon and eggs. I even did some diced pork belly, and I just sprinkled on some of my pork rub, used the griddle plate, and just seared that right up, ate that with some white rice. Delicious. So again, easy, turn it on, sprinkle your food with these rubs, and you'll have dinner in no time. Perfect for a busy weeknight, easy enough for the winter. And all of my rubs now, not only can you buy them on my website, but they are now available on Amazon, which means you're going to get even faster shipping, and that shipping is free. So be sure to go to Amazon, type in Girls Can Grill. You'll find my brisket rub, chicken rub, pork rub, and of course, my holiday grilling cookbook. And if you prefer to buy local, I love that. Please support your local barbecue stores. I've got a shop locator on my website, and you can see if there's a store near you. And if there's not, walk on into that barbecue store and ask them to carry Girls Can Grill rubs, and I will be sure to hook them up. I think that's it, guys. So again, check out the Ninja Sizzle. I bought mine on Amazon. I'll put a link to the Ninja Sizzle in the show notes, along with a link to my rubs. You guys know you can go to girlscangrill.com to find hundreds of barbecue recipes and thousands of barbecue tips. If you have questions, you can also DM me on all the socials at Girls Can Grill. Until next time, guys, stay safe out there with all that weather going on, and happy grilling.